If you're over 40, the name MG conjures images of beautiful old British convertibles cruising along country lanes, the exhaust burbling along in the background. It's a picture-perfect image of 1960s motoring. Fast forward to 2018 and pretty much everything we own is made in China. Your phone, your computer, your TV, your clothing, the list is almost endless. So what's the difference with the vehicle? If you told the average Aussie 20 years ago that the car they were considering buying was made in South Korea, they would have laughed at you, but look at the quality of product coming out of there today. And on the flip side, say MG to someone of my generation and we just think quirky old English sports cars that leak rust and cost a fortune to maintain. Don't even get us started on the MGs of the 80s and 90s. But show young punters this MG GS and they're immediately impressed with what the letters MG stand for in 2018. We recently gave the slightly smaller ZS a 7.1 out of 10 rating, and that's an SUV with a 4-star NCAP rating. You see then that MG is well on its way to making serious inroads. The 2018 MG GS really is a turning point in Chinese vehicle manufacturing, and it's the first Chinese-built vehicle to get a full 5-star NCAP safety rating here in Australia. That's on top of other positives we've already noticed with its little sibling, the ZS, and not to mention the brand's very attractive 7-year and unlimited kilometre warranty offerings. Let's have a look at why you need to start taking Chinese manufacturing more seriously. It's easy to criticise Chinese vehicles for being a caricature of other designers' lines and shapes, and in many cases they have been, but that's not really the case with the GS. In fact, I reckon it's a reasonably stylish SUV. Look, styling might be subjective, but there's plenty of less attractive SUVs on the market, that's for sure. It's inside the cabin where build quality is most noticeable, where fit, finish and choice of materials is the most obvious way to measure the execution. Given the price point, let's not forget the GS starts from just $25,490 drive away and is $30,490 as tested here. The cabin is genuinely well put together. The switchgear feels solid, the seats are comfortable, there's some hard plastics and touch surfaces, but what vehicle in this segment doesn't have them if we're being honest? The Bluetooth works well and the infotainment system is adequate. A step forward into the world of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto would also help this, but for now, the satellite navigation works well enough, even though the graphics are a little bit basic. With its 5-star NCAP rating, the GS will appeal to those family buyers on a budget. And there's good news on that front because there's plenty of space for both occupants and luggage. To talk about the driving experience is a bit like talking about your microwave, your fridge or your dishwasher. It's neither wonderful nor terrible or exciting or dull, but it just gets the job done. The steering is on point, and the ride quality and handling aren't exactly class-leading, but all except the most aggressive of bumps are dealt with easily. If you're after a mid-size SUV with sports car-like handling, maybe look elsewhere, but the GS is generally secure and confident on the road. While the 119 kilowatt, 250 newton metre, 1.5 litre turbocharged engine will easily handle any suburban or highway duties, the 7-speed DCT gearbox can get a little confused when attempting any quick lane changes or driveway exit manoeuvres. For the majority of the time it shifts smoothly and easily, but the heart rate can spike when you pull into traffic, plant your foot and forward momentum fails to happen for what becomes an uncomfortably long period of time. But really, this is the only negative in what is otherwise a pleasant driving experience. While the GS isn't perfect, it's a proper effort from MG in a segment that is just about the most competitive in Australia. And if you thought it wasn't worth taking one for a test drive, think again. MG have done a solid job and they should be commended for it. And look, a Chinese-made vehicle might not be for everyone in 2018, but a South Korean vehicle certainly wasn't for everyone back in 2008. And look how many of those are on the road now.